Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Like we said yesterday, we're going to go ahead and do the set review for the 1990 Maxx Holly Farms set. Try to open it up here. It's in this nice little team bag. Honestly, I don't know how this set was distributed in factory form, if it was in a blister pack, kind of like what you see team sets of baseball and so forth done today. I've never opened a set of these. So we'll take a look at them real quick. The first card, the cover card, if you will, is Dale Earnhardt. A little bit off-center, but you see the back of it is numbered HF1. And this is his All-Pro team card. So it almost just looks like they took the 1990 Maxx regular and just replaced the number with HF and then the card number for this set. And then the Maxx, well, there wasn't a Maxx logo at the time on the front of these. But there you see Official Chicken of NASCAR, Holly Farms. We have Bill Elliott, 1988 Cup Series champion there. We have Darrell Waltrip. He was the 81, 82, and 85 Cup champ. There's Rusty, 89 Cup champ. Kenny Schrader. Kenny, of course, only had 4 Cup Series wins in his career, but ran at the front a lot, especially during this time when he was driving for Hendrick Motorsports. There's Richard Petty. So here I was going to do a comparison. Whoops, as they just all slide around. Since I had one available, there's the similarities between the 1990 Maxx base set card and then the Holly Farms card. You can see that they used essentially the same picture. They just superimposed or did whatever they did, their Photoshop version back in the day. And we'll flip it over. And you see here's the base set card with the number 43. It has all of Richard's statistics and vital information. Here's the Holly Farms version, HF6. So exactly identical except for the numbering on the back. So we will continue with our set review here. I just wanted to give you guys a visual on that. We have Harry Gant. Brett Moffitt in the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series this weekend is actually running a throwback to Harry at Martinsville this weekend. Mark Martin, this was his second year. The picture's from 1989, the card is from 1990, of course, but 1989 was his second year of Roush racing, and they had quite the tenure together there. Davey Allison, Davey was 1987 Rookie of the Year. Had a very, very strong but short career, and who knows how great Davey would have been if he would have won any championships or not. Neil Bonnet, this was near the end of Neil's career. Of course, Neil's driving career essentially ended in 1990 in an accident at Darlington. This photo, of course, is from 1989 during his time with the Wood Brothers. There's Alan Kulwicki, who would become 1992 Cup Series champion. I always liked this card. This was one of my favorite cards of Allen, 1990 Maxx, that is. I'm not sure where it's taken. It's probably taken at Charlotte based on those flagpoles in the background. Terry Labonte, 1990 he had moved to Richard Jackson Racing, but this photo's from 89 when he drove for Junior Johnson, which was, you see the Ford logo there. That would have been Junior Johnson's first year of running Fords. Ricky Rudd drove for Kenny Bernstein in 88 and 89. 1990 he moved to Rick Hendrick in their number 5 car. Then speaking of the 5 car, 1990 Jeff Bodine drove for Junior Johnson, but in 1989, there you see it, he had the Levi Garrett yellow. Sterling Marlin was driving for Billy Hagan at this time, the Sunoco Oldsmobile. Morgan Shepherd, who drove for a variety of teams over the years, in 1990, moved to Bud Moore and had a really good season, won his 3rd career race in Atlanta. Kyle Petty was driving for Felix Sabates' team, which was in its infancy at that time. Oops, skipping ahead a little bit. Michael Waltrip drove for Bahari. Chuck Ryder was the owner of the team. He had bought it from, I think, Richard Bear and Lawrence Harry, which is where the name Bahari come from. But Michael was very early in his career at this time. Phil Parsons, 1989, Phil Parsons was driving for Jackson Brothers Racing. They ended up parting ways at the end. Phil moved over to Morgan McClure, thought it was going to be a better opportunity. They released him 3 races in due to performance. Larry McClure was on the Scene Vault podcast, has a 3-part interview, and they talk briefly, very briefly, about Phil's tenure in that car, which not very much is mentioned anymore, but he was in the Morgan McClure car for 3 races. Dale Jarrett, in 1989, drove for Cale Yarborough Motorsports. In 1990, he would end up driving for the Wood Brothers after Neil Bonnet was injured at Darlington 5 races in. You have Brett Bodine, who switched from Bud Moore's team in 1989. 1990, he went to drive Kenny Bernstein's car, won his only race at North Wilkesboro that year, and would keep driving that car till the end of the 1994 season. Lake Speed continued to drive his own equipment. He went from a full schedule in 89 to a partial schedule in 1990. I believe he was sponsored by Presto in 1990. Ernie Irvan was kind of an anomaly. He drove D.K. Ulrich's Kroger Pontiacs in 1989 and had a really, really good season. Ended up with 4 top 10 finishes. He almost hit the top 20 in points. And then in 1990, he left that team. He went to drive for Junie Donlevy for 3 races. They were supposed to have True Cure as a sponsor. They quit sending checks, or the checks were bouncing one or the other. So the 4th race in, after Phil Parsons was released from Morgan McClure, Ernie was offered the chance at that ride, and he came out guns blazing in Atlanta and finished 3rd in his first race in that car, and the rest is history. With Ernie then moving to the 4-car full-time, then he went to the 28, and then had some real good success there. Junior Johnson here was an owner. We mentioned him earlier, was the owner of the 11 car. Cale Yarborough was the owner of the 29, and they switched it to 66 later. Bobby Allison was the owner of the number 12 Raybestos Buick. Hut Strickland was the driver at this time. Well, in 1990, he started the team, and Mike Alexander started, but Mike was still recuperating from injuries, so they put Hut Strickland in, and they raced together for a few years. Here we have Derek Cope, the surprise winner of the 1990 Daytona 500. Bobby Hillen Jr., driver for the Stavola brothers. Benny Parsons, a longtime commentator on ESPN and WTBS. Ned Jarrett, also for ESPN, CBS, Motor Racing Network, and various other outlets. And our final, we got 2 Ned Jarrett cards. How about that? Well, I'll have to go through and see which one I'm missing. But that is the 1990 Maxx Holly Farms set. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was my first time looking through it as well. That's why I was surprised at the 2 Ned Jarrett cards at the end. But I'm going to go back through it and see which one I need to pick up. But appreciate you guys watching. I think tomorrow we'll open up the 2019 Donruss just to see what we have in there, and then we'll move forward after that. So thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Come back and see us tomorrow, and have a great rest of your Thursday. Thanks for watching.